What's going on, everybody? VampEV here, and today I'm trying something new, some new lighting. We got a ring light and a different camera angle. Let me know in the comments below if you guys like this setup, and you guys might be wondering why I'm wearing a hat. Well, today we're going to be talking about the Tesla Semi. So, during the Q4 2019 earnings call, it seems that the Tesla Semi uses the same batteries as the Tesla Model 3 and the Tesla Model Y, those being the 2170 cells. So in this video, we're going to be talking about that, my thoughts, and then also just a couple of things as to my predictions and what the future of the Tesla Semi could hold as far as disrupting the gas industry and the oil industry, along with how it could affect other companies. So let's dive in. All right, so during that call, it appears that the Tesla Semi is essentially delayed, along with kind of the Cybertruck as well, which I imagine it might use. I don't know if it'll use the 2170 cells. It might use the same as the S and X, just because it appears that it's likely it'll share the same plaid drivetrain. But on the Semi, it seems that due to 3 demand and also the upcoming Model Y demand, that they won't be able to produce the Tesla Semi like they would like to. However, a couple of good things are going for them with Giga Shanghai. That'll help free up cells so they won't be using and making Model 3s here with the cells that they produce here and shipping them off to China. It appears that they have a partnership with LG as well for batteries, so that'll help reduce the strain on battery supply here. And so originally I was theory crafting and assuming that the Tesla Semi would use about 4 times as many batteries as the Model 3. However, once I took a look at the Tesla website and looked at their Semi, it revealed that per mile traveled, it used under 2 kilowatt hours. However, they have an option that boasts 500 miles of range, so it could be assumed that it would be near 1,000 kilowatt hours or 1 megawatt hour of battery used to create the Semi, which is way more than the presumed 75 kilowatt hours of the long range battery, like a lot. So I'm not sure. I did speculate, and essentially it showed that with 4 times the amount of battery and at supercharging costs, it was still way less than gas. However, Tesla still boasts that they have savings up to $200,000 of savings on electric alone. So yeah, Tesla's estimating that the Semi fuel savings will be $200,000 with the 500-mile range one. And I'm assuming that that is carrying 80,000 pounds of freight. If it's not, the range is not going to be good at all. However, with, possibly a 1 megawatt hour battery, that could be absolutely what we're looking at. However, just think about that though. Each vehicle would save somebody $200,000 on fuel. That's a lot of fuel. And with that allows companies that deliver items to lower their costs. It would essentially reduce their costs, raise their profits, and also allow for maybe price decreases. I know it's crazy for a company to offer that. Decrease our prices? Never. But it does allow other companies to increase their profits by saving money on these semis. Plus, on top of that, they'll be reducing their emissions and their carbon footprint greatly, and that'll definitely have an impact on our world, ozone layer, all those things like that. If every semi-truck was electric, like that is the huge step. So small step is getting people to switch their cars. But then once all semi-trucks are electric, that's huge, because these semis, they carry like 100 to 300 gallon tanks. They go like 5 miles per gallon. And so it does presumably take a little bit to fuel up. If Tesla hits good charging times where they can supercharge, and we might even see supercharge V4 with that specifically for the Semi, because I believe right now when they first spotted the Semi, people were saying that there was a special rig for it to be hooked up and supercharged. And supercharging V3 might have even been testing ground, because supercharging V3 boasts up to 1,000 kilowatt hours, 1,000 kilowatts per hour charge. And if it has a megawatt or 1,000 kilowatt battery, that is exactly that. So it would take, assuming it charged at max the whole time, it would take 1 hour to charge, which could allow them to go 5,000 miles. So we might even see Tesla rest stops. Imagine Tesla collabs with rest stop areas, and they create like truck rest stops where they can supercharge along with like sleep or eat or whatever you do at a rest stop. And then I think the biggest thing as well with the Tesla Semi is on their website, they boast safety, and all the time you see semis crashing, you see semis taking people out, deaths related to semis. And so I don't know, what my biggest concern is, I don't know if they will become equipped with autopilot, or if they'll just have like autopilot running in the background and all those safety features that come with it. Because the duality of that is there have been accidents with some people on autopilot, which of course you're supposed to be aware of. And so you've got truck drivers, and they're probably the most prone, forgive me if I'm wrong, but they might be the most prone to falling asleep at the wheel. And in instances of that, they could have autopilot on. There are ways, unfortunately, to get around the hand on the wheel, and that could cause potential danger since it is a semi-truck. However, it will have the benefits of, presuming it gets regenerative braking, I don't imagine why it wouldn't. They would have regenerative braking and just regular brakes, so they could brake presumably faster, and that could help a lot. Also, just preventing accidents in general with just those everyday safety features is going to be huge. Absolute game changer, because it's got that, you know, it helps it stay in the lanes. It also has some driver assist, makes it a little easier for the driver and allows them to be more focused. Tons of people who own Teslas already say that on their road trips, autopilot helps them a ton because it allows them to be more focused. And statistically speaking, there are less accidents on autopilot, so they may come with autopilot. I just have those light concerns as far as what might happen. But outside of that, you know, what might happen because of irresponsible drivers. However, overall, I think it's going to be amazing. All those safety features, and maybe even the crash tests might even allow it to save lives. I'm not entirely sure, but we do know that, you know, semis carrying large loads, people brake check them, horrible accidents. You can find collages of them everywhere on YouTube. But the biggest thing is that I think is the biggest selling point. So yes, gas savings. Yes, companies are going to love that. Oh, saving money. Absolutely. We can spend money because it's $180,000, and I believe the average cost is $150,000, and they have a $150,000 version. And so they've got the market, and they've got a quality vehicle. They hit those, they hit production. And so when you think about it, trucks like 18-wheelers, they can use up to 20,000 gallons per year for their trips. And if you think about that and you replace that with electricity on those 18-wheelers, it would completely disrupt the entire oil industry. All those sales, all that diesel sold would then be gone, because it would then be replaced by electricity, which is just absolutely insane and would be devastating truly to the petrol, gas, oil, all that. All those industries would have a huge impact once Tesla Semi and then subsequently electric semis were to take off. And then they allow them to save money and quite possibly save lives, which is huge for me. And so it could be a while truly before we see these. It really depends on the battery constraints that Tesla has. Since with the Y about to go into production and right now still on the website, they're predicting 7 to 9 week delays for the Model 3. Let me know in the comments below what it is that you think the Tesla Semi will revolutionize, because it'll definitely have an impact on the oil industry, because, you know, they'll no longer sell diesel, or if for whatever reason they use regular gasoline. I know diesel gets more energy. However, electric and electricity is way more efficient as opposed to gas. I believe gas is like 17 to 20% and electricity is like 90+% at converting to energy. So absolutely, hands down, you get more value out of electric, and that's why you're able to save so much money, is because it's so much more efficient at giving and creating energy. So again, let me know if you guys are looking forward to the Tesla Semi, if you guys have seen one, and thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you liked it. Give me a thumbs up. If you disliked it, give me a thumbs down. And you can also give me a comment on to what I can do better. I'm more than happy to read those and reply to you guys. And as always, thank you guys for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for future videos.